3 months ago, I was an ordinary student. Then I fell into a prehistoric world. I taught a starving tribe how to fish. I defeated a giant terror bird. I became their leader. I built pottery. I created the valley's first civilization. Then refugees arrived. Smoke rose beyond the northern mountains, and an army began marching toward us. Now, the entire future of our civilization depended on what happened next. The first tribe arrived at sunrise. At first, I thought they were refugees like the others, but these people weren't running. They had come looking for us. The chief stepped into the settlement and stared at our walls, our watchtowers, our food stores, the trenches we had begun digging. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then he looked directly at me and knelt. The entire valley went silent. His warriors followed, one after another kneeling, not in surrender, in respect. Word of our civilization had spread farther than I realized. The stories sounded impossible. A tribe that never starved, a tribe that stored food, a tribe protected by walls, a tribe led by a strange young man who built things nobody had seen before. The chief raised his head. We want an alliance. That was the beginning. Over the next few weeks, more tribes arrived. Then more. Then even more. Some came seeking protection. Some came seeking trade. Others simply wanted answers. By the end of the month, thousands of people lived inside and around the valley. For the first time, our settlement was becoming something larger than a tribe, something larger than a village. The elder noticed it before anyone else. One evening, he stood beside me overlooking the valley. Fires stretched across the landscape, hundreds of them, perhaps thousands. The elder smiled. "You are no longer leading a tribe." He pointed toward the valley below. "You are leading a people." That thought terrified me because every new ally brought new responsibilities, more mouths to feed, more disputes to settle, more lives depending on my decisions. And somewhere beyond the mountains, an army was still coming. We needed more than courage. We needed organization. So I started changing everything. The first problem was labor. Moving heavy logs took dozens of people. Lifting stone blocks took even more. Construction was painfully slow. Until one morning, an idea appeared. A lever. The concept was simple. A long wooden beam, a strong support point, and suddenly, one person could move what previously required 10. At first, nobody believed it. Then they saw it happen. Massive stones shifted with ease. Workers stared in disbelief. Within days, levers appeared everywhere. Construction accelerated. Then came pulleys, ropes, counterweights, simple machines. One invention led to another. Soon, enormous logs were being lifted into the air. The valley had never seen anything like it. The workers called them magic. I called them physics. Next came the cranes. Primitive wooden cranes towered above construction sites. They creaked constantly. They looked dangerous. They probably were dangerous, but they worked. For the first time, we could build upward. Watchtowers became taller. Walls became stronger. Projects that once required months now took weeks. The valley transformed before my eyes. But none of it was enough, because walls alone wouldn't stop an army. We needed defenses, real defenses. The first trenches appeared along the northern approaches, deep, wide, difficult to cross. Hundreds of workers dug day and night. Entire sections of land were reshaped. Travel routes changed. Defensive zones emerged. Then came the stone walls. Until now, most structures were built from wood. Wood was fast. Wood was easy. Wood also burned. An army could destroy it. Stone was different. Stone endured. Thousands of workers entered nearby quarries. For weeks, the sound of hammering echoed through the mountains. Large stone blocks slowly emerged. Then something unexpected happened. One worker rounded a stone block while moving it downhill. The block rolled, much easier than dragging it. I froze, because I was looking at the future, the wheel. The next day experiments began. The first versions were ugly, heavy, uneven, terrible, but they moved, and that changed everything. Soon wooden carts appeared across the valley. Transportation became easier. Construction became faster. Became possible. The tribes watched in amazement. Many believed the gods had sent me. The truth was much less impressive. I simply remembered things they had never seen. As the alliance expanded, another challenge appeared. Command. Thousands of warriors from different tribes couldn't simply fight together. They needed structure, training, discipline. So I divided them into units, groups, leaders, responsibilities. Every warrior knew their role. Every chief knew their position. The system wasn't perfect, but it worked. For the first time, the alliance looked like an army, not a collection of tribes, an army. And that was exactly what we needed, because the scouts kept bringing bad news. The enemy wasn't slowing down. It wasn't turning away. It wasn't disappearing. Every report confirmed the same thing. The army was still moving toward us, closer every week, closer every day. Then came the report that changed everything. A scout arrived shortly before sunset, covered in dust, barely able to stand. He carried something in his hands, a banner. Burned, torn, covered in ash. The symbol belonged to another tribe, one we had been expecting to join us. The scout dropped to his knees. Nobody spoke. Nobody needed to. The answer was obvious. That tribe no longer existed. The enemy had reached them first. Silence spread across the valley. The reality finally became impossible to ignore. This wasn't a threat anymore. This wasn't a possibility. War was coming, and now we knew exactly how little time remained. That night, nobody celebrated, nobody sang, nobody slept, because for the first time, the Alliance understood the truth. We weren't building defenses anymore. We were building the battlefield, and somewhere beyond the mountains, an enemy army was already marching toward it.